guy's spinning? Oh, he stopped right when I try to show it. Hey, I am tired. Although it's 12 p.m. I know this... Now, this video is definitely going to come out way before the other one, but, last night I made... What number? Last night I did the 8th video of Bloodborne, and, that was tiring because I played that till like 3 a.m. to 5:30, and not only that, but, I made a drawing, which... It's always hard for me to do drawing at night because that has to be like one of my main priorities to do at night, because if I do it too late when I'm tired, like when I'm too tired, my eyes start to just have trouble focusing, and that's what happened when I was playing Bloodborne. Like towards the about halfway, I was just starting to, my eyes were starting to wanting to give out. In other words, it just started to feel dry and sleepy. So, you can already see in the title, but I'm going to be playing some... Oh wait, loud! Going to be playing some fuck. I said thuck, not fudge. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Fuck. Fuck. Why do I keep saying... Funny thing is, I actually can't remember the definition for that. Because I first heard that word, like, I think 5 years ago. And... forgot that I made that ahead of time. For that occasion. Alright, let's reset this babe. This game might be loud. I don't know. I have to look at my audio. So anyway, yeah, this is Lords of Thunder. I forget the Sega CD version has, like, voice telling the plot for this. You might be upset about this, but even though this is one of my favorite games ever, I can't remember the plot. I looked online about it years ago, but now it's blurry. I guess, simply put, bad dude, 6 bad people working for him, and trying to take over the land, and this dude is going to stop him. I really wish I can remember this plot more. It's nothing interesting really, but nothing bad. Like, how do I put this? It's good and simple for the kind of game it is. And there's our dude, wearing the worst armor in the game. I will always make fun of him for that. But, yeah, there's a Sega CD and a Turbo... well, PC Engine version, just to say that. And these are just some minions. These aren't, like, the actual guys. You'll see them in a second. But yeah, there's, like, a narrator in the CD version. And here they are. I will say one thing I like is out of the 6, you see, okay, that's the girl, guy, girl. I like that the 2 of the 6 are girls. I don't know, I hate it when it's either all guys. I don't know why. It's like, you know, is there anything wrong with not having it all guys? No, but I don't know, shut up. But even when they add just one girl, it's like I'm a little picky. It's like I don't want none. I don't want one. I want more than one. That's all I ask, and this game delivers. Gosh, I like the pink shading for it. Even though someone might think it looks horrendous, it just looks like has pink gum stuck on his armor. But I haven't beaten this game. How long has it been? It's been almost a year. So I decided I wanted to play this just because this is probably Paper Mario and Mega Man X are like the only games where I just have the urge of wanting to play it at least once every single year. If you're wondering, wait, how much do you like this game? Well, since 2018, this has been in my top 5 favorite games ever. Very surprising. But it's funny because I've done... How much... It's funny, this is like my 4th time doing this. Also, it's crazy is that I have never worked on this game on hard or super. And I want to a lot, but I keep putting it off. And I can't do it today because I'm just... Later I'm going to be busy and I'm trying not to get anxiety about it. And... what else? Not only that, but I'm a sleepy. But you might, you know, if I had to say exactly where... If I had to say exactly where I would rank this game, I would say at its peak, it was actually my 3rd favorite game for a couple years in 2018 and 2019. It's not a well-known game, but the people that do know it, all positive things to say about it. I think it's a little loud. As long as it doesn't peak yellow. Dang! Yeah, I forget. There's some songs that are pretty loud. I'll talk everything about this game that I know, because I always do that. But, yeah, as you can hear, a lot of the music is, I always feel stupid about this. Is it heavy metal? Or just metal music? That's kind of what the cover of the game is based off of. Just kind of has that feel. It's kind of similar to like Holy Diver for the NES. So anyway, of course, one thing I like about the game is that you can pick any of the 6 stages you want in any order. And what I like about this game, I think one thing I like about it is unlike almost all other games where you can go in any order, I think what's interesting with this one is that the order I pick depends on how well I do. And depending on how well I do, I can have more variety of picking other stages, but let's just say if I don't do so good. If I don't do so good, then I have to pick an easier stage. Now, I can still choose some stages. If you want to know the hardest stages, Cielum is one of the hardest. Helado is one of the hardest. These are the 2 hardest ones. If you want to know the, Bosque is easy, but has some challenging parts. Same thing with Lamarda. Desant is like the 2nd easiest, and then the easiest one is Alza, which usually I pick Alza first every time. And then you can pick between 4 different armors, which, funny thing, Mike Matei actually has a full video on the armors, or just a review on this game, which I found this game out from James and Mike. I remember it was at the time when I was, you know, it wasn't that long that we moved into the apartment that I moved in when I was like 18, my senior year. And I remember I watched and played this game, and I was like, oh, this game looks pretty cool. And then I saw that it was on the Wii U eShop, bought it, and then it just became one of my favorite games. I've beaten it probably like 10 times now. But, yeah, there's 4 different armors. Just to quickly describe what they do, well, it's kind of hard. I don't want the music direct. Hopefully you like the music. Okay, so the fire armor is technically the best one, but it's the most complicated one to use. The wind armor is like a balance where it's good. I would say it's the 3rd best of the 4. The water armor, albeit I will admit it's the coolest looking, it is the worst one, definitely. Now, I've actually beaten the game with just using this specific armor, like beating the game using only this one, only this one, only this one, only this one. And yes, the water armor makes the game pretty difficult. And there's multiple factors why. and you'll see later. And then the Earth Armor, I would say, is the second best. However, usually what I like to do playing this game is I usually just kind of like picking the armor that would be useful. I'll just pick the fire armor. And then, of course, there's the lady. In the Sega CD version, she has some thick red lipstick on. I just say thick because it's very red. So anyway, here's the shop that you go to before going into the stage. And, I gotta be careful because one of the buttons is like turbo. And I don't want to accidentally do it, but instructions are simple. Now, this is a 2D auto-scrolling shooter, and one of my favorite things about this, compared to most of them, is you actually have a health bar. And you can take a beating, too. Like, they really make it where, you do take a beating because you only have 3 lives, although you can buy continues with crystals, and, of course, that's the most expensive, and you'll see why. Assuming if no one has seen this yet. Because I have done 2 videos of it. One that was recording off my phone, but it's private now. And then I finally made a video of this in like early 23 with my capture card when I finally got one as a test. And then I made a live stream of it last year, but without any audio of me talking. And that was a live stream, so no one can see that. So now I'm just doing one where I'm talking. So anyway, here's the hearts. Technically, this one's the better one. It costs like it's like twice as much, but you get like over twice as much life, so it's better to buy that. And this one, I would actually, this one isn't really worth it because you can get 10 life, which that's almost all your health, and you can save 100 crystal. I've just played this game enough to understand the combination. And then, of course, there's your shield, which pretty much is you taking a hit without losing health. And then you see that there's another bar. And then, like, what are these two? Well, this is another thing I like about the game. All 4 armors has 3 different levels of their, like, the attack they put out. And that top bar, you basically can collect these things throughout the level. And I guess you'll see. I guess I'll do it later. Okay, yeah, the B? Yeah, B. B is normal. So yeah, you only start with 300 crystal. It really isn't much. Like, you really can't buy much, but you definitely want to get some bombs. And really all else you can get is that. I think B, yeah, Y is attack. So yeah, this is how the fire armor is by default. Sorry if I'm not able to explain well. So yeah, you saw the blue orbs, that gives, increases your attack. But it takes time, like, it's like a gauge. Like, once you collect enough, that's when you'll get to level 2. And the thing with level 3 is that it's so good, but you gotta be careful because there's only so many bars for level 3. Okay, see, now I'm at level 2. And you can see by color that if I lose my yellow, then I'm back to level 1, and the highest level is level 3. But yeah, I actually do really like the soundtrack, even though I don't really listen to bands with heavy metal music. I do like the soundtrack. I'm not saying I don't like heavy metal music, it's just I don't really go out of my way to, like, search for music, although I actually, shoot. And of course, it's worth noting that when you get hit, you do lose your power meter. So you don't lose just health, you lose your power as well. So you gotta be careful. Okay, whoops. Like right there. And you might think, oh, what are those crystals? That's your money, baby. Yeah, this part's a little tricky because of all the bubbles. But yeah, the soundtrack is so good in this game. Every single song is great. Every single song is great. Also, I think every stage has at least one part where you can get some health back, because you saw, in the menus, you can get some health. Whoops. It's funny that every time I play this game, sometimes I'll do better or worse on some stages. And, of course, okay, this is the part where I can get some health. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Oh, did I not get any health? I could have swore it's like almost every stage does that, where they can give you health. Whoa. I like it didn't squish me, it just kind of like repelled me out, which is pretty nice actually. Whoa. Dang it, I ran right into... Whoops. Alright, now I'm at the boss. Now what's... Oh yeah, she's one of the only two. So, weirdly enough, she's actually one of the hardest bosses of the 6, because, oh my gosh, now looking at her, she's making me think of my friend. Whoops. Well, I'm actually doing pretty poopy. I just hope I don't die. I really hope I don't die. I might actually lose this fight because I'm actually doing pretty bad. Oh my gosh, I might actually lose. I might actually lose this fight. If I do, I'm actually going to have to reset. Oh my god. Okay, well, yeah, we'll see. Okay, just barely. But yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes I just do better or worse. Okay, well. But no, it's okay. She's an annoying boss because you can only hurt her when her mouth is open, and... yeah, she's one of the hardest bosses of the 6. God. Okay, but no, I'm fine. So because I didn't do so good, I have to do an easier stage, because it just depends. Like, if I did really good, I can then decide picking these stages, but because I didn't do so good, I really don't want to pick a too hard of a level. But it really doesn't matter too much. I can do any of these 3 stages, I just can't do these, they're too risky. And that's what I like about this game. For how many times I've beat it, even though I can beat the game without dying, there are multiple moments where I have to try really hard to not die. So, which is what I like about it. It's kind of like Bloodborne. No matter how many times I play it, I just can't really... you know, I guess I'll do this stage. This one's actually... you know what? No, I don't think I want to. Maybe I'll do Lamorda, even though it's not the easiest one. Alright, I'll just pick the fire armor again. I will pick the earth armor. There is some stages that the earth armor is better. Yeah. And then you can start at the shop again. Always want to have bombs. They're really worth buying. Also, it's worth noting that the armors have different bomb effects. Like, the fire armor, again, it's the most, tricky one to use, but it is the best one. Of course, the water armor has the worst one, which is what makes it even worse, but I'll get more into that later. The earth armor has the second best one, which, makes it good, but I don't know, it just so happens that the order of how good the bombs are for the armors also is in the order of how good they are, because again, they have like different weapons, how it works. Like the earth armor, to put it simply, let me check. How many bars is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is one of those cases. Well, yeah, this is one of those cases where it's like, okay, because I'm literally at the brink of death. Like if I only have like 1 or 2 health bars, I'll buy that to have full health. And then I don't have really any magic, so I want to at least have, start out with yellow. And then I do have enough to get a shield. Wow, I do not have much money. Which isn't good, because one very important thing is by the final level, I need to buy an elixir. I need to. because it's funny how most of the time when I play this, I do use it on the last stage because it's, even now it's this hard. So how the shields is, pretty much the best shield is this one. It only costs 300 crystals more, which 500 isn't much, so it's okay, and you can take 2 hits. This one you can take 3, but as you can see, it is 3 times more expensive. The only time I will ever buy this is if I'm at the final level, and basically I will only get it 2 times. Either if I have so many crystals on the... Really the only time I'll likely get it is on the final boss. Because on the final boss, if I recall, I don't know why I keep forgetting, but to my knowledge, yeah, it gives you all of your attack power and all of your HP to max when you start the level. So you really only want to focus on shield. Alright, sorry, I keep talking. So yeah, this is the fire stage. But technically the reason why the water stage seemed like it was a challenge is because, again, I'm like starting at the bare minimum, so, that's why. With... Oh yeah, here's the level 3. So, this is what it's like at level 3. This is the reason why it's kind of complicated, because it's like... That's the reason why it's kind of complicated, because it kind of goes up and down. Also, when you have shield, you don't lose your power. Wow, damn, that really sucks. That really sucks. I already lost my shield that quickly. I just didn't want to use my bombs. Honestly, I think Earth Armor would have been better to use here. Yeah, Earth Armor would have been a better choice, because the problem is, it's like, that's the complicated thing with it. If you basically have to go at the rhythm of this thing. Also, it's worth noting, ow, little frick. But I don't want to lose it because, of course, as you can see, it doesn't have many bars to have level 3, so you can lose it pretty easily. Just a couple hits and that's it. That's all it takes. It is very strong, at least. It is very strong, at least. But, again, it just kind of goes back and forth. But, again, I do like this armor a lot. It's fun to use. But, like I said, I love the music in this game. I think probably my favorite song is one that's a cutscene song. I think it's called Interlude. That is a cutscene that... It's my favorite song in the game, I'll just say that. And then, of course, and then, of course, I like the song, Bosque. That's probably one of my second favorite song in the game. It's pretty much every song in the game is good. All these songs are good. Alright, this part I just remember it's a little difficult. Oh yeah, and just like, there's so many things about this being an auto-scrolling shooter that's just so amazing. Like the fact that touching walls doesn't hurt you, which, some of them, yeah, it doesn't seem to be an issue. But the fact that you can take multiple hits and just the system, and that's not just another space shooter, it's just more like this, and honestly, aside from that mini-boss, that went great. Oh yeah, okay, this is who I thought I was fighting. Dang it. I just want to use my bombs right away. Well, he never got a chance to see him. He does turn into a metal ball, which I don't like when he does that, because he can, like, split into 2. Well, that went well. I would say because that went well, I can now pick one of these 2 stages. If you want to know the hardest stage, it's this one. Every freaking time. Every freaking time it's the hardest. You know what? Yeah, I'll do it. This is the hardest one for multiple reasons, but you'll see. And the earth armor is not recommended. This is one reason why it's difficult. Like, the earth armor is good in closed-in areas. This is not a closed-in area. And it also, I don't know, it's like, these two armors are just not... Like, you either just want to pick fire or you want to pick earth. These two... Well, how do I put this? The gimmick for these armors is that this one is great for enemies on top and bottom in closed-in areas. The water armor's gimmick is that at full power it can attack from the back, but there's just not that many enemies in the back. It's useful, but, you know, you have to put in work just for it to be viable. Because at least with all the other armors, they're at least viable by level 2. Like, they're okay to use at level 2. But the water armor, no, it's the slowest. It's so freaking slow. You really want it to get to level 3. You just have to put in a lot of work just for it to be viable. But anyway, I'll use fire armor again. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm pretty sure the next 3 stages I'm going to go switch with earth armor. So, it's fine. But see, look at that. I got plenty of crystals. So, more bombs, please. And then, as usual, always get a level 2 shield. But yeah, one goal is that I don't want to get hurt too much, because I want to make sure that I have at least 2,000. Well, not even at least 2,000, because once I get to the 7th stage, I want to make sure that I'm fully stocked. Fully. All HP, at least 2 defense, all bombs, max everything. I have to make sure. And then I have to have 2,000 crystals left over. Oh my god, and I'm picking Cilium. Cielum. Ugh. Oh. I'll buy that. And then I'll buy that. I'm pretty much, yeah, 15 left over. Okay, this stage. Don't get surprised if I take a lot of hits. I will be upset if I die, because if I do, I'm just gonna have to reset and do another video, but I can't really afford that. So, we're in the sky, and this stage is very difficult. Wow, I already got hit once. Okay, okay, I already got hit once. That's not good. That's not good. Dang! Ugh! I wasn't paying attention. So, you saw the enemy that shot like a fireball? Yeah, that's... Wow, okay, I'm sorry. I actually can't talk because this is actually giving me that much trouble. Because this is the hardest stage, and one of the reasons is because these guys, they have an attack that if you don't kill them in time, they will just lock on a fire attack on you. And, wow. They will lock on a fire attack on you. And, it's like you have to avoid the fireball while having to dodge all this crap. It's the hardest stage of the 6. Aw, man, I thought it was gonna be He-Man. I have to make sure to collect crystals, man. Also, this is... Whoa, I almost... But yeah, this is a sky stage. Luckily, the boss isn't difficult. Alright. But yeah, the fire armor can be good. It's like, I just have to use it right. I have to pay attention to, like, how it's waving back and forth. I have to, like, go at the rhythm of the flames, which is why it is the best armor, but it's just the most complicated. Okay, these guys are going to come back. But some of them are going to come from behind, so... Okay, I got it. I just want to get them out of the way because there's nothing you can do once that spawns. Once it spawns, that's it. Okay, I think one more. Okay, see, watch. That flame just freaking falls. It just follows you, man. Alright, the worst is over. Alright, and then we have to fight these guys. Whoops. Wow, I got hit twice. I'm a dummy. And I lost at full power. Dang it. They're not even difficult. I always think they're difficult, but they're not. I keep thinking they are. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful because me those guys. But yeah, it's constantly moving around. Just use it. I'm almost done with the level anyway. I actually hate the fire skeletons because they spin. Alright, this is the bird one. Yeah, just use the fire because he's gonna throw that thing. Or at least I didn't use it. Actually, for how they sounded, that might have been the... I don't know, was that the girl? It's kind of hard to tell because that wasn't the same hair color. Maybe it was. Alright, well, that actually went well. Even though in the beginning it was making me worried, that actually went pretty well. But you can see it is definitely the hardest of the 6. That and Hellido. But I don't want to deal with another stressful stage right away, so I'm going to do my favorite stage. And I will show up the Earth Armor. Also, yeah, I just really like how this game looks. This is the superior version than the CD version. Not only the artwork is awesome, which, fun fact about the artwork is actually done. And see, look at this. This is what happens, when you do pretty good, because I don't really need to buy too much stuff. I just got the bombs and shield, and that's my leftover crystals. It's pretty good. Heck, that's enough for this and that. But so yeah, the Turbo Duo one I think came first, and then the Sega CD. And graphically, yes, the CD version technically looks slightly better, like just a teensy bit, just a teensy. Actually, no, it doesn't, because it's like. It looks the same, but it just, you know, like with games where it has like a smooth feature, it's kind of like that, and because of it, I don't like it, because it doesn't, I just like it looking colorful and pixely. But, yeah, the CD version, it's like, the box art is worse. The box art is worse. And... also, one thing that's stupid is that every time you get hit in the Sega CD version, the character gets stunned for like a couple of seconds, which is just so horrendous. It's so bad. However, the Sega CD version is easier than this one, and I don't like that. I think the difficulty's just fine. And... okay, I cannot look at my capture card for even a second. But yeah, this is my second favorite song in the game. But... or some other things. But yeah, you know, the narrative is nice, but, you know, I'm fine without it. It's nothing... like, nothing, like, crazy or anything. Dang it, I want to get those crystals. But you can see how good this armor is. You could technically say that it is better than the fire armor. It technically is, because it's easier to use. Just have to aim these things at the enemies. But, you know... like, the fire armor is better if you can go at the rhythm of, you know, the fire attacks. Okay, this is a good example. Ow, I got hit. Dang it. That was too early. Okay, this is a perfect spot, for example, why the Earth Armor is better to use at certain times like this. Closed in areas like this. Now there is one thing going for it, is that because it's on the Sega CD, it does use better quality. Like, the audio sounds better, but you know, I'm okay with it. Like, you know, does it sound better? I'll be honest, yes, but it's not a big deal at all. It only sounds a tiny, slightly better, you know. Trying to defend the game, but no, really, it's not a big deal at all. Like, You can tell, I'll at least say that, you can tell that there's a difference in quality, but as you can hear it right now, it sounds really good, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, these guys. Out of my way! Also, I love the enemies in this game. They're all cool. Annoying! Some of them are annoying, but they're all cool. What was I gonna mention? Oh yeah, the artwork for the original Lords of Thunder. Put a story of it. I put the picture of it on my story, and it was actually in my background. Oh yeah, this boss is actually really easy if I just say screw it and use... Oh wait. Meteor Rain! Wow, I just... Fine, you win. Well, that went horrible. That went really bad. Dang it. Shoot. That didn't go well. Poopy. Poopy butthole. At the very least, I need to have those two. And then put 600 in that. So I didn't do so good. And I'm not going to get full because I just want to make sure to have it. Yeah, that didn't go well. Honestly, that I actually wouldn't have lost all of that had I have just used my bomb. But I can fight the bosses without the bombs, but why not use them? Alright, this is the desert states. Which, you know what? I'm not a fan of deserts. This is like one of the only deserts where I'm just like, you know what? I like it. Even though, funny thing, it's still my least favorite stage of the 6. Because desert. But again, I like all the stages in this game. If you want to know what's my favorite stage in this game, well, I already said Bosquet. Shoot, I forgot I did say that. I think one of my other favorite stages is Helado, which is the ice stage, of course. And then Ozal, which is the water stage. But again, all the stages are good. I like this stage because I like the background. Background's cool. It's like a town. Well, it's like a city. We're going down. Dang it, my nose is itchy. Oh yeah, just gotta... Oops. Yeah, that counted as a mini-boss. Oh yeah, those are those are probably the weirdest freaking enemies in the game to me. I don't know why. It's just a rock that falls down, but it has a little man in it. And then it shoots like a lock on it. Like jelly swirl. Not a swirl, but it's just like... Oh yeah, these are weird. I don't understand. It's like light beams that are shooting down on you. Which, there is something similar to it later on the stage Helado. But it makes more sense because it comes off as like ice winds coming out. But with that one, it's like I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. Oh, I gotta be careful. These rocks will hurt. Oh, they give you 2. There we go. Dang it. Ah, frick. Oh my god, I'm doing so bad right now. I keep getting hit. I do like that it gives you, it's like, just a split second. Wow! Okay, I'm doing bad, I'm doing bad, I'm doing bad, I'm doing bad. I keep getting hit. There's another guy gonna come up. Think so? No? Okay, never mind. Alright, I remember this fight. I won't be stingy, I'll use my freaking bombs. But yeah, all the bosses are cool, all their designs are awesome. Dang it. Honestly, I would say he's probably the easiest boss. Now, the next one is actually one of the hardest, but arguably the coolest boss in the game. Just because of his design. He's difficult because, just like with the one boss in the water stage, hitting him is a bit tricky. Or she. I can't remember. I always knew the one in the water stage is a girl, but I forget where the other girl is. I don't know if I already fought her. Alright, yeah, Earth Armor. I don't know why I almost called it Hell Armor for some reason. Well, some of that, and then I'm not gonna be stingy. I have over 5,000 crystals, which is really good. But again, in the end, I definitely need at least 2,000. And here's the ice stage. This is one of the hardest stages in the game. Also, one cool thing about this stage is that we got enemies shooting out emerald flames, which I gotta say, emerald flames, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting, I'll finally say it. The artwork, ow, dang it, let me talk. The person who did the artwork of the TurboGrafx 16 or PC Engine version of this game, the one I love so much, was made none other... Dang it, I ran right into that, and my shield's gone, basically. Not doing so good. Wow, I'm doing... Okay. Am I going to even be able to talk? I can't even talk. I can't talk. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm actually doing really bad. I can't, I really don't want to go below. I'm doing so, Jesus, I am doing so bad right now. I'm doing horrendous right now. Holy crap, I'm doing so bad. Wow. Wow. This is horrible. This is extremely, extremely bad, and good thing that this is actually the one part I can actually afford. This is the one time where I can afford to mess up like this. Damn it. Oh, I'm starting to get upset. I really do not want to mess this up. This is the one part where I can actually try to farm. Actually, never mind. Never freaking mind. I thought I could keep going with that. Oh, this is a first. I'm actually doing really, 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 really bad, and this is a boss where I can't really just spam... Can't really spam my energy. I'm actually a little worried right now. I'm actually a little worried. I think I'm done with the stage. Wow. Sorry about that. Okay, this isn't the girl. I guess the girl was the fire one. But yeah, check out his design. It's definitely my favorite. But he's one of the hardest. It's just because Gotta be careful. Yeah, that launch attack you gotta be careful with. But it's just, you can see that I'm not really hurting it. What the fuck? Never mind. Oh my god. But yeah, the timing I guess it's when its mouth is open. Alright, this is my favorite song in the game. I'm sorry if I'm just going all over the place. Like I said, this game is like Bloodborne. And when I say Blood, I just mean by, it's the kind of game where I've beaten this game so many times, but it's always keeping my tension up. But yeah, I think it's this part. Now that we defeated all 6 of them, now we have access to the leaders area, and thus the final stage is open. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh man. Oh boy. The Earth Armor is just not really going to... Okay, this is the hardest stage, so... Gotta be ready. Okay. I'll get... It's fine. I just need to at least be at level 3. Get a bomb. And here's the thing. Because I'm gonna get, like... I already have over... I have 7,000 crystals. Do I really have 7,000 crystals? Unbelievable. Because I have so much and I'm just gonna get more crystals in the later stage, even though that's a lot of money, an extra 1,000 crystals to take an extra hit. But, it's fine. Well... Yeah, it's fine because I just need at least 3,500, which I actually have enough to buy it again because I don't need to... I don't know about bombs. Get the elixir, and then get the level 3 shield. It's fine, I'm gonna get like over 6,000 crystals, so it doesn't matter. Alright, time for the last stage. Okay, I swear, I promise, I swear I'll say it now. The art for the Turbo Duo version of this game, the one I love so much, one of my favorite video game box arts, was actually done by the artist Shirow Masamune, the creator of Ghost in the Shell, as well as a lot of other works, but yeah, that guy does a lot of really awesome art. Also, I just noticed something. Oh my god, I just noticed something. I've played this game so many times for years now, and I just noticed. I can actually see her boobs a little bit. Just barely, but you might think how. Well, if I do like this, you can see it more easily. But you see it? I never noticed that. And of course I wouldn't notice. There's freaking text covering it most of the time. I wasn't even paying it. I thought it was like a part of her clothes, but I don't know how it's supposed to look, but I have never noticed that, huh? Crazy. Alright. Alright, last stage. Oh yeah, is there anything else to say compared to the CD version and the Turbo Duo version? Oh, right, well, I guess to say a couple other things before I start. Oh yeah, the crystal sounds, I know the crystals might sound a little annoying because you collect so many of them, but I actually like the sound more in this version than the other one. The other one, it sounds bubbly, which just doesn't sound right for crystals, while in this one it sounds right, and I don't know, the sound is, like, memorable. And of course, as you notice, one thing I like about the game is that when you get close up to an enemy, you actually do a slash attack, which can be good and bad, because sometimes it can be good, but then sometimes it's not, depending on who you're fighting, so you kind of want to keep your distance when you don't want to use it. And alright, thus the stage begins. Oh yeah, I hate these things. Dang, I already got hit. That's not good. Alright, 2 more hits. I got hit! Oh my god! 1 more hit? Just 1 more hit. This is bad. This is so bad. I've already gotten hit twice. I really cannot afford to get hit that many times. And then there's this part. Well. Wow, and shield's gone. Damn. 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 Shield's gone. Oh my god. The elixir is going to come in handy, but... Alright, get the heck out of here. I would say how I beat him made up for it because I usually get hit by him like once. Just gotta make up for it, I guess. I know I have the elixir, but I can only go so far with it. Get out of here. Could have chose the earth armor, but it just... Okay, now this fight. I'll just use it. Alright. It's like you have to make a choice because I can't afford to get hit too many times, but at the same time I cannot use any more of my bombs. It's just that's the most annoyingest mini-boss you have to fight. And then the metal ball chains, there they are. Alright, next mini-boss, which again, the earth armor would have been better. Alright, one of the most annoying parts of the level is coming up right here. Here it is. I hate this part. Why? You'll see. When you go up, you have these things going back and forth, but the game says, screw you, we're still going to shoot enemies at you, and bullets. So, yeah, deal with it. And you still have to wait. Okay. So, what else is there to say? Oh yeah, this game, although there's no sequels to this game, there's not a prequel, but there is a spiritual... This game is a spiritual successor to another Turbo Duo game. Oh yeah, I hate this fight. Did it. That fight is so annoying. But that's not it. Now we're fighting this boss. Which, this boss is cool looking. It's not a hard boss at least, but I used all my bombs, which isn't good. It has like different colors. Dang it. Now I'm at the weakest state. Dang it, I haven't even gotten to its color. If I use the elixir, it's completely fine, but now I'm at the weakest stage. Ow. Now it's green! It's green. Ow! It hurts! There we go. Didn't get the chance to see it being orange. And there we go. Alright, well, I usually make a choice on which one I want to pick, but if I... the Earth Armor is better in some parts, but I'm trying to remember. I think the Earth Armor is better, but I think for the second round it's harder. But I used the Fire Armor for the last stage, so I'm going to use the Earth Armor for this one. Actually, I didn't even use the Elixir. You know what? I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna check because I hate. To what I recall, it does fully give you your weapon energy and health back, and I think it even gives you all bombs. It's just the shield that doesn't give you that. but I just want to be 100% sure. Well, dang, I'm dang it. I can't look online because the freaking person has full of everything, so there's no way to tell. At the very least, I'll get bombs. To my knowledge, it does give you all of your weapon and health back. So I don't have to worry about it. And then I'll buy a shield, of course. And, okay, I'll keep the elixir because I don't think I've used the elixir yet. So, not hypothetical, but it's okay. If I do die because the elixir didn't move over, but I think it's still with me, I do have enough money at least to get these two. Although I don't have enough to get all bombs. Anyway, this is the only time that there's dialogue, which again I don't mind at all. I am Farina, Arbiter of Destiny and Guardian of these lands. Since the dawn of chaos. Yeah, I remember. That's pretty much who she is. I salute you, Lord Landis. You're the first to survive the trial of Thandal. Now that you've proven your worth, prepare yourself for the final battle. The ultimate battle. For Zagart, the Harbinger of Doom has risen. Here we go. Yep, gives me all of it back. And the good thing is that this is the only time that you will not lose your power. It's staying the whole way like this. Also, there's 3 rounds, so... yeah, alright. Good luck to me. At least for this part, this weapon's really good against the first round, but not so much the second round, I think. And it's gone. Alright, round 1 done. It's hard to avoid those attacks. Shield's gone, but, you know, I have my health. Yep, round 2. Oops. Trying to wait for it to... there we go. There we go, round 2 done. Okay, I guess the weapon is good against it. Honestly, I think this is the best armor to use. I just couldn't remember if it was good or not. And here we go, the big mother fricker. I'm just gonna use Meteor Shower. This is actually a difficult fight. Because those freaking laser beams. Meteor Shower! There we go. I swear, I know I made it easy, but I swear that's the best armor to use against it. If I used the fire armor, it would have been harder for all 3 rounds. And if I used the water armor, well, I beat it once with all the water armor. And wow, I did less than an hour, even though I've been talking a lot, like a dummy. And that's it! The only thing left to say is that this game is a spiritual successor to the game Gate of Thunder, which came out on the Turbo Duo as well. Which that is more like a space. It's a space auto-scrolling shooter, and soundtrack is good. Not as good as this game, but it's still good. I love that turn stare. And I will say I do like that, you know, this wasn't like trying to save a girl, it's just, I guess, you girl. I guess it's basically like, your girl was waiting for you. And I do like the end credits theme. But yeah. Also, what's worth noting is that... actually, I'm trying to remember. crap, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was the soundtrack or the people who made the game. But it could go either way. I can't remember, but there was one game I've always been interested in for years because it's one of Mike Matea's most expensive games, and it also came out on the PC Engine, and to get that it's like over $1,500. The only way you can even have a chance is that on the PSP they did make a they made a collection that comes with the game, but even that is like $100. And you might think, oh well, it comes with 2 additional games, and honestly, yeah, it does. You know, it comes with 2 extra games, but they're both like visual novels, and that ruins it. I swear. If just the other 2 games were at least good and worth playing, I would absolutely buy it. But because it feels like I'm only buying it for that game. But here's the problem, it's only came out in Japan, so that's another problem. So those 2 games would not really be worth trying to play. But I can't remember. I can't remember if the team that worked on this game made that game that I'm talking about that I want, or it was just the music. But to what I've seen, the game does look really solid. You think, what is it? They really like doing varieties with 2D-ass games. You got 2D Space Shooter, you got 2D Medieval, and then that one is like Anime Girl one. But it's like, it's Space Anime Girl. But it's like the good kind, if you know my taste. It just feels cute and not fan servicey to what I remember. Well, not like chibi cute, but just like they're anime girls and they're cute looking, not out of being chibi, but they're like cute, but they're not made to be like sexy. I don't know. Alright, well, that's Lord of Thunder. I would say overall that went great. The only parts that was stressing me out, like, I would say the last stage actually went really well. Because I didn't even have to use my elixir at all. I didn't even need it. Half the time I do. But yeah, the only times that it went really bad was Hellido. Hellido went bad. I almost died on the first stage, so other than those 2 big ones, it went well. I still really need to play hard mode and super. I almost question if I did play hard mode and I just don't remember. I've beaten this game like over 10 times now. What's funny is I'm almost down wanting to play it again, but it's after 1 and I just wanted to play this. One of my favorite games ever, and I'm happy it still is. Ah! Oh my, I am so... Dang it, I'm sorry. I don't know where I got that from, but it's like... it's like if I react a certain way, I then, like, have the intention to burp just because... I guess it's just funny to, like, go from, like, freaking out to then burping. Oh, sorry. It's time to smooch, baby. That's such a cool cover art. Hee-ho. Hee-haw! Hee-haw! Alright, that's Lords of Thunder. Awesome game. Actually, I'm very curious because all my total playtime of Lords of Thunder is on here. I know it's not that high. Like, even though I say how much I love this game, it shouldn't be any higher than like 15 hours. I mean, not any higher, but it should be at least 15. I would say it should be somewhere around 15 to 20 hours. Yeah, that's expected. I was right. I knew it was at least 15, but I knew it couldn't have been any more than 20. So even though you're not able to see it, I'm looking out on my gamepad. Total times played 21, yeah. But yeah, I only put 17 hours into this game, which it's actually a lot because this isn't a hard game. Like, for an auto-scrolling shooter, it's actually quite easy actually. Like, when I first played it, I think it took me my third or fourth attempt, meaning I lost all my continues, which you only get like 3 unless you want to buy a continue, but by this point now I basically just beat the game without dying casually, but I can still die, which is what I like about the game. It is still challenging every single time, and sometimes it just goes better or worse. But overall I think I did good. But I still want to play it on hard and super because I would like the extra challenge, because the fact that I don't die and half the time I don't even need the elixir, it makes me want to play on hard difficulty, so I'll do that eventually. Well, I'm glad that I beat this game for... Oh my gosh, I've beaten it like over 10 times now. That was at least my 10th time. But I don't think I said where it is ranked now. There's Paper Mario is my favorite. Number 2 is Mega Man X. And then I've kind of had to think about the games now, but number 3, it's... Oh shoot, and now I think about it, Lord of Thunder isn't in my top 5 actually. Because Majora's Mask... Wait. Majora's Mask, Donkey Kong Country 2, and Wind Waker HD. Those are like 3 through 5. Donkey Kong Country 2 was actually my second favorite game for a couple years when I first played it, and it just I then kind of lost where it went in my ranking because I didn't really go any higher than top 20. But at the very least, yeah, pretty much after it left my top 2, it stayed in my top 20 for years. But over time, I was just kind of like, why is it that low now? And over time, like, for years, I just kept putting it higher and higher. Like, it went from top 20 to then 15 to then back to top 10 again. And now it's pretty much close to where it was back then because I love the game that much. Don't freaking wink. Why are you winking at me? Sorry, I'm tired. I'm like energy is kind of going all over the place. Okay. I guess that's it. I don't know what else I'm going to do in the meantime, because I will be busy later on. But okay, I'll just, yeah. I won't do a recording the next time I play, because I want to do hard mode by myself, because it's probably going to upset me, because it's going to be, if I recall, it's like a little harder, but for a game like this, being a little harder can make it a lot harder. Alright. Bye-bye. Also, just to note, one more thing. This, I have a lot of videos I've made, but sadly, half of them are Bloodborne. Some of them I can upload, be okay to upload. I recorded them like 2 months ago, but stuff like Ikaruga and then that one game I didn't care much for playing. Like, I can upload those even though I'm not really happy about them. But the 3 videos I made of Valhalla and the other 9 Bloodborne videos, I don't know. I just would feel bad uploading them because it's just not really her kind of games, and that she's not comfortable with them. And I guess I wouldn't mind making them public, but I guess I would feel bad because, you know, if you're hearing this, no, I know that you would want to watch it, but I guess I would just feel bad of you wanting to watch it. So I'm not sure, but at the very least, you know, I've been recording all of Bloodborne, and there's only one more video left to work on it, and that'll pretty much going to do that less than a week. But of course, by the time you see this video, either it's not going to happen, and even if it does, and you actually like watch all of it, I can't imagine that. It's not going to be for like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be for like at least 2 months from now, because there's so many videos of it. Alright, I'm dragging this on. Okay, bye-bye.